It's quite stable, and it's not somewhere the car likes to talk a bit, go a bit sideways.
So welcome guys, we're back after 3 weeks. 3 weeks here, and Mr. Aaron's over here. Welcome. You right?
Pleasure, yeah.
So he's been kind enough to bring out his Toyota ALTEZZA. I was gonna say Lexus now, but there's a big difference. They look similar, but
Same
body, but yeah, it's a big difference. So we're sitting in the mother or the father of beams, basically.
Yeah, I'll say the daddy of the
daddy of the beams. So this is the original motor where the dual beams comes from. Like they say in Cape Town, Walla beams. It's becoming a trend right now. So yeah, this is the father of beams. And I'm quite excited because it's the first time I'm actually gonna sit in one and feel the difference compared to a box. Yeah, so quite sure it's a big difference.
Yeah, it will be a big difference. I would say body style, suspension style.
Yeah.
It's a modern car. It's not the boxy. You can slap suspension on a boxy. It will feel different, but it's still an old car, still an old style. Modern car, modern suspension, ABS, blah blah blah, all that Lani stuff.
And it's all original.
It's all
comes
original.
from factory.
Factory. That's why most people don't know. If I tell them ALTEZZA, they'll maybe, oh, it's the taillights. No, it's the car itself. It
Everything.
was Japan only model. You get the imports from Botswana and Maputo and all those places, but that was basically like overstock. So they kept a lot of those cars for themselves. You'll see a lot of guys post they on the groups. Then it's mostly Maputo cars and Botswana cars going out.
Most of them come from there, and then they bring it over to Cape Town.
No, I've had a guy that I actually met. He wanted to import one. He's got the car in the country, Botswana, I think. Nobody wants to help him import the car because it's not special enough.
Yeah.
It's not a Skyline. It's not a Mark II. It's not a Supra. So they don't want to help him.
These cars are quite underestimated, eh?
Yeah. They are. I've shown quite a couple of BMWs. It's easy power, nothing funny.
And you're making power all the way to the line.
Yeah. That's why I say in I'll go first, second, third gear is a long gear.
Yeah.
And from fourth, then you go basically from 140 to 180.
Yeah.
Then you hit limit, then you have to go 5 and 6. So top end speed, I have no idea. Unfortunately, this car is a gentleman's agreement. So you'll see all the imports that only go up until 180.
Which is quite, what's so nice.
But I haven't been at the line for a while, so I haven't tested the car. Because this is actually the second motor. The previous motor wasn't like it didn't perform like it should. Then we checked it, mechanic, took the motor out, cylinder number 4 was overfueling, blazer hole, gravity ball and all that stuff. Trashed the motor, now it's going to be a stock car engine, and put this one in. All the stuff back to normal, plugs back in. Told on that, this car is not pulling like it should. Something's definitely not right.
With regards to power.
Power-wise, took it to Botswana developments because all our buckets and stuff go to them. Took it to them. The car made 136, 139 kilowatts. Like, no, that's bad.
Yeah, it's very bad, eh?
They kept the car for a day or two. Came back. That video I sent you. Car made then 166 kilowatts and 223 newtons.
Yeah.
That's not bad. This car basically just got a bigger bag, just a unit check. It doesn't have dictator or anything in it. It's basically just a bigger bag system on the car. So it's actually a very dependable car. It's got its moments, especially if the battery dies. Then that's why it looks like this. Then brain goes just apeshit.
Has to relearn now.
Yeah, then I just have to there's like a little plug here. I have to plug him in, plug him out again, and he goes back to normal. You get a whole
It's sticky ones,
yeah.
the tire.
You get a guy in the US, I
Yeah.
think, JSP Fab. I would give my left nut for his shift key.
Yeah.
Because then it's a bit more stable, it doesn't have play in it,
Okay.
and it's got a reverse lockout.
So is there no short shifter at the
You
moment?
get, but it's all Chinese stuff, and
Yeah.
it's cheap, and nobody wants to actually buy it.
Yeah.
Because then you've got a chance it's gonna fit, it's not gonna fit.
But currently now there's no short shifter on.
No, those is standard as can be.
That's the easy. Clutch is a bit warm, eh?
Yeah.
Pull down a bit so you can do some talking. So how long do you have this car at the moment?
I've had this car since 2014,
Sure.
believe it or not.
And you were lucky enough to get it SA registered when you bought it from
When I
the
bought
US.
it. It's a very understated car. Go look a bit at, I think it's Ireland.
Yeah.
IS200s, 300s, ALTEZZAs. They are
Very popular there.
popular as hell, and Russia as well. Russia, they love this car. Of course, everybody calls this the 4-door Supra.
Yeah.
It's a luxury
You're getting
Supra.
everything.
Yeah.
You're getting the
It's-
power, you get
yeah.
the comfort. And it's
Yeah,
all around
'cause-
the track car as
yeah.
well, eh?
Yeah, because the car I had before this, before I went to the UK and back, I drove a Opel Kadett 1400 carburetor, 4 speeds. Like now it's from that to this. Like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna kill myself. You learn the car from front wheel drive to rear wheel drive.
Yeah.
It is quite an adjustment because if I put foot around the corner, I'm gonna go 360. It's just a matter of learning the car itself.
Yes.
As most people, I'll modify my Golf, I'll put side drafts and cam and flywheel and blah blah blah, and they end up in a bloody telephone pole because I couldn't handle the power that it made. So it's this was gradual. When I was brave enough the first time to open it up, I like this car is
Well, draw power.
it is mad.
And this car is making 161, which is very decent
Yeah,
for a car, which
166
is
kilowatt, yeah.
how old?
Basically,
23 years basically.
yeah, and it's technically on a standard clutch. I think they fit a Cressida 2-liter clutch to this.
Okay.
But I like to upgrade. I like to have a bit more grip on
Yeah.
it. It did have a previous 4-puck in it, but it was destroyed, so I just had to replace it.
Yeah.
And the car only drove on weekends, so it wasn't necessary to go excessively mad with the car.
And it's still your weekend car, right?
It's still my weekend.
So what do you daily at the moment?
I actually drive a bucket during the week.
Okay.
Just cool the car off a little bit. No, it's still a. You'll feel now. I would like to press the aircon, but I haven't regassed it since the engine
Yeah.
was replaced. That's why I don't drive the car on a daily basis. It is. It does get a lot of attention, I must say that. I've had a couple people. What Subaru is this? It is not a Subaru. It is a Toyota. There's no Toyota badge on it whatsoever.
Yeah, that's what makes it make the people wonder.
Yeah.
You see ALTEZZA, you wonder what's that.
Yeah. What I want to say, it's still it's a unique car. I've had people ask, is it race cars? No, it's normal road going car. It may look a bit. It's a nice car to look at. It's got nice wheels and stuff. But we're driving 40 km an hour now, going slow to stop. Clutch is not chattering.
Yes.
We're not ruck and pluck pulling away.
And this is a 1998.
99 model.
Yeah, and for what you're getting here, it's
It's a
very
lot.
nice, eh?
I've even got electric mirrors that
Yeah.
can fold in.
The design of this car, I think, was ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Especially with the speedometer itself.
Yeah,
It's a very nice design.
I think they tried to copy the Supra a bit in
Yeah.
that, because Supra must got the same type
Has
of
this fight the jet type
cockpit.
of look.
Yeah. So it is really nice to drive the car. That's why I said I had to lift the car. It was a bit too low and it was bumpy and it was scraping. It was a nice look to have, but
Yeah.
it was really uncomfortable. uncomfortable after a while, especially just to maybe go out for a drive on a weekend. I would be petrified if I see bumps in the road or potholes.
I'm gonna do a light second gear. Yeah, I feel that, yeah. Once the power delivery comes in and you shift it, gives them that torque steer.
Yeah. And that's why I say it's got 18s on. Now the boxy's got 90% of them got 15s on.
Is this lightweight?
No, these
Okay, so
bloody
it's-
wheels are heavy.
Yeah, it's putting the weight down.
Yeah. This car loves revs. This
You
car,
have to rev it out, eh?
it's such a pain on my fuel tank and my bank account. Try and drive
Yeah.
this car slow. It does not like it. Anything underneath, let's say 3.5, it's like
Nothing.
it torturing the motor. It does not like it. It will drive like normal, but
Yeah.
it's not where it's happy.
As much as I'm driving it, I'm not driving it all the way to red line, but you can feel it has that power.
it just keeps
wants
going.
to go.
They can apparently, I think the spinning guys, they modify the ECU like that. You can
Yeah.
actually rev it out safely till 8.5, 9.
So that's driving 8 at the moment on the top.
On technically
Just
on
now.
ECU about 7, 8.
It's just feel good. I like that grunt that Beams gives. If you keep it there in the iris and you shift it, gives this grunt, man.
Yeah. No,
Especially the induction.
yeah, and this is not like the other guys got that big ass induction cone on it. This has got a bit long. It's got a
Yeah.
HKS
Okay.
intake on it, but it's got
There's
a
a very
big.
different tone, eh?
Yeah. It's that deep tone, but it's not excessively
Yeah.
annoying in your ear. It just feels like it wants.
It starts to go and go.
And I have to say, the car feels a lot faster than what it sounds like on
Yeah.
paper. 166 is impressive, but it's not that bad against the GTI and stuff. But the car feels so much more than that.
The first, second, and third is very strong in these
Yeah.
cars, but even top end, like you said, going into 60,
Yeah, well,
that's all
yeah.
goes. And that limit is there, obviously, so it's
Yeah,
governing you.
I don't know if it's the gearbox or if
Yeah.
it's the diff ratio that actually keeps me from pushing even more, because I've had the car allegedly where it actually just hit the speed limit and it
Yeah.
just bounces.
But that VVT works nice, eh?
Yeah.
One thing I must say, which is very special on these gearboxes, like I said, the third and the fourth the ratio it's special, eh?
Yeah.
You can hear, you can feel it's very close. It's like basically 2 third gears.
Yeah. No, that's why
It's very special.
this is the first time I drove this car, first, second,
Yeah.
and I took on third gear.
And then you went to the fourth like that.
It's third gear is so very long, but it just climbs.
Yeah,
and it
it's
climbs
strong.
and it climbs like, when is it gonna go and reach the limit? Then fourth, then it just pulls even more.
Yeah. And there's another third gear basically.
Oh, it's, no, the first, when I bought this car, it was quite a, I almost want to say, out of body experience. It's just that rush of every time you just get pushed back into your seat.
Yeah.
I've driven in fast cars. I've driven in Luminas that go bloody 200 plus, like ease.
And this
That-
is
This is more a driver's car.
Yeah.
Any people can drive a V8 fast. It's made for
this
it.
car you need to rev it out
Yeah.
to get the power to appreciate it.
Now I thought about selling this car once or
Yeah.
twice, like
It's a unique
Yeah,
one,
I can't get it over me. Because what I'm gonna buy for the same amount of money?
Can't replace this car
No.
with anything else. It's in a league of its own.
Because now I'm technically hooked on the imports. I'll always look for, oh, there's a Mark II, it's Botswana plate.
Yeah.
There's a Skyline, there's a Lexus SC. Something just draws you more to the cars are a little bit more special.
Yeah.
I like the Corollas and the Tezzas and the Golfers and stuff, but they're not as unique as this car.
ALTEZZA,
Yeah, the same like the Mercury. It's a nice Merc. Everybody knows it's just another Merc.
But once he opens up,
that's what makes it special. He took an ordinary car and made it extraordinary.
yeah.
The same, I've had throttles for the car, all that stuff, everything just goes against my will not to go and modify the intake of the car. Try and keep it as standard as possible. Not to, I don't know, I want to say the purity of the car away.
Yeah. I think the thing that makes this car very special is the motor setup itself. It has a unique tone to it.
Yeah.
Everything about the motor.
Yeah, that's why I've seen so many videos in Kalani and boxes and the people just screaming, "Wow,
You will know it's a beams." And with Yamaha that designed this head itself, it creates this music.
Yeah. And that's the people think, I'm not gonna shame or blame or whatever anybody. Everybody thinks the auto and the manual is the same engine. It's not the same head. Manual's got a titanium valves, which does make a difference in power.
Yeah.
Where the normal auto's got stainless steel valves. Unfortunately, there's no exact science on how to check that, except if opening the head.
Something I didn't know actually. Learn everything.
Yeah. Now I've done my research on the car quite a couple times. It's stuff you pick up after a year, 2 or 3 years.
Love that sound. You hear that VVT coming, eh?
It was anything from 3.5, 4.5. He likes to kick in. That's his job.
The timing is
Yeah.
advanced, eh? It just creates a different tone.
That's why I'm so surprised that this car is 99 model.
Yeah.
Why is the engine only popular now? It should have been popular at least 15 years, 10 years back.
I think it's still popular in Japan when it came out already.
Yeah, it's gaining more and more traction now, because now the guys with the drift cars, the 86s and stuff, they like to beam swap it. So there's now whole kits and stuff for the car. And now they're putting the beams, the beams. Jimmy Oaks and those guys, beams motors. If they can find
you're
it.
getting your reliability, you're getting your speed, you're getting your sound.
Yeah.
This is very important for a car guy, the sound.
No,
And that's what brings the attention, eh?
No, that's why I said I've had a couple of guys, especially my wife. For some reason, if my wife drives the car, then the people like to pull on her. But she shamed a couple of guys.
Yeah. Feels much safer, eh?
Yeah. Oh well, I have to say the brake pads are still new.
Okay,
I had
so I
to-
mustn't
No,
overdo it.
press them, use them, abuse them. They're for braking.
Yeah. So this car comes around nicely with the 18s on, which is surprising.
I thought it was going to kill the car a bit more. On like pull away, it will slow the car down, but on top end, sorry, you won't so much catch this car.
But that was nice. It's something special, really. Because you don't get much of these cars in Cape Town.
No,
It's like a handful. Thank you, for
it's a
with
pleasure.
that. It's been a real pleasure driving this car.
That's why it's an addictive car.
Yeah.
And it's a shame for me. Every weekend I have to go park it.
Yeah.
Monday back to a bloody bucky.
Like you see, I don't want to get out of the seat. Eh?
And it's like a car.
It keeps you there, it draws your attention.
No, it really
It's the
does.
original placement of the beams over here, the dual beam setup.
This
Which is the
weird.
2 liter, and yeah, it's made quite a name
Yeah.
in Cape Town especially. But yeah, we're seeing it in its natural habitat.
Yeah, I've had. We went to a couple places like Bell Velodrome and stuff.
Yeah,
Everybody sees the Lexus. No, nothing. Then if I open a bonnet, then it's like,
the crowd.
where's it's swapped and it's this and it's
Yeah.
just like, no. This is the motor that the beams came from. It's this factory motor that came in this car. Even on the engine 3S-GE.
Yeah, original.
SXE10 model. Even Faisal didn't know this car has a different VIN number. The normal Lexus got a GXE, and this is an
Yeah.
SXE.
But
Sports model.
seeing it in here, it's much different. Eh?
Yeah.
It looks much full. The
it's
motor looks
still-
smaller.
It's still not a small motor.
Yeah.
It's still actually quite. If you look on the intake,
Yeah,
the intake is massive on this car. Even you just see that part. Look how far down the intake actually goes.
yeah.
And if I have to take the intake off and stuff, you'll actually see there's individual
Throttle
trumpets
bodies, yeah.
on them. So they did a decent, proper job of developing the intake itself. The exhaust, I think
What
they did
exhaust is running?
standard.
Standards, yeah.
I think we only took out the one,
One
box,
the cat.
and we put in a different back box.
Yeah. I assume they just deleted the cat.
What cat? Don't need a cat. No, it's still got its sense and
Yeah.
stuff, but it's not necessary.
And then this is also very odd seeing this.
Yeah,
Not seeing the stack, you see. This is kind of like a stack, but
yeah.
Yeah.
I've had an original silicone and the original filter, but I went a bit
Yeah.
just newer.
just don't get that sound. Eh?
Yeah. It is HKS RS intake, so it is quite something unique. You do not get them for sale very often.
Yeah,
Luckily,
you get the fake ones.
Yeah.
But this is original.
this is
like,
genuine. If you have to
import.
open it, it's
Yeah.
thick aluminium. It's just a pain to keep it shiny. It's not an easy job to do. It's got the intake, the brace. It's got the
yeah.
TRD sway bars. It's got
Which
different
also makes it much stable.
stuff. Yeah. You felt now it's, if you turn, it's, I almost
It's
want to say it's a bit
responsive, yeah.
jerky. It's really responsive.
I didn't expect that. Once you turn the car, it feels nimble.
Yeah. And
It's
even
light on its feet.
yeah, and you've got still braces. I don't know if you can look under the car. It's still got braces under the
At the
car as
bottom.
well.
Let's
Stiffen up its chest.
There's a bit of blue there that you can see.
Yeah. It's a very responsive car.
Yeah.
It is. That's why I said it's more orientated to track use.
And you playing around with some big boys on the track, and you keeping with him on the turns.
No, it's actually surprising.
Yeah.
The car isn't shy. In an ideal world, then you will take all the seats out
Yeah.
to gain that little bit of weight. But other than that, the car keeps up very, very, very well.
With the cars of today.
Yeah, breathable car. I can still
Yeah.
refill it. I can drive to minus, the temperature won't spike. I'll have a nice cool drive. I'm comfortable. There's no excessive noise, and I can go fast if I really want to.
Yeah. The only thing that I noticed, which is obvious, is the weight issue.
Yeah.
You do feel the weight,
Yeah,
eh?
yeah. This is a
It's a heavy car.
heavy
Yeah.
motor. That's why the wheels does help, but yeah, it's difficult to explain. There's not enough weight at the back.
Yeah.
If I can stiffen up the back, then it might help, but essentially you should add like weights at the back just to squat
Yes.
the bum down a little bit.
Or go a bit lower, but in Cape Town you can't do that now.
Yeah.
This is your daily height at the moment, eh? Running on some
Daily height.
coilovers.
I still try and avoid speed bumps, but I can actually drive over them.
What coilovers is this?
Fine.
Okay, and they imported as well.
Or Japan,
Yeah.
it's basically like an entry level coilover. The height adjustable, but they aren't. You can only adjust the height itself. But it's more than enough. I don't really want to go and still set the dampen and the caster and the camber. It gets a bit too much. Then you then it's a track car. Then I might as well just buy a track car and drive that.
Dus kan je draait to the track and you drive it home.
I've done it.
Yeah.
Go to a track. The car actually loves it even more. It's actually lighter on fuel on track than it is on the street. Believe it or not. I've had it at drags as well. But the 18s yet again, they are a bit heavy.
It's a bit of a downside.
Yeah, if I can go back to 17s, maybe semi-slick, then I could actually run a good time.
The thing I see with this 18s, they actually just make it
Yeah.
with the
Because
caliper.
they've got a, what do you call it, like a step lip.
Yeah. But the car brakes quite good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I say it's brand new brakes.
Yeah.
Because I don't drive the car daily, so I didn't, the brakes can wait. The brakes can wait. It can wait. Now it can't wait. Quickly change the front and the back, and it's easy. It's not,
Yeah.
I want to downscale anybody. It's not like a bloody Audi. You have to take this out and take this out and push it back. You put it in, screwdriver, push the pad back, new one's
Simple, practical.
Simple. Nothing funny with it. It's got ABS sensors, but it's not even close to the brake pad itself. So you're not going to mess with it.
And the way this car is conditioned is, especially in the inside, it's very good, eh? The condition itself, it's original seats. Obviously you changed your steering wheel with the track, I assume.
Yeah, it's a bit more, well, yeah. Wedding ring is a wonderful thing to have. I still got the OEM wheel at the house.
Yeah.
It's not like I lost anything.
And then this over here is the statement as well, eh? For a time of that, a car of that time, you don't see this, eh?
Interesting fact, you actually get a watch that's made like that.
Yeah.
They've got the exact same like speedometer and gauges next to it.
Sure.
Like a limited edition ALTEZZA watch. You can see I've been on Google for too long looking at stuff for this car.
And if you see over here, this is a 90s car, so you're still getting that 90s feel. It's very practical. You get your aircon, you get your other controls over here. It's basic controls, man. It's not too much.
It's nothing funny. It's,
Yeah.
It had a built-in GPS, but it was a Japan-only model, so it was utterly useless. I would actually like to put like a monitor in there that you can actually.
Yeah. I see these actually JDM controls over here.
Yeah.
Sure. Japanese
That's
writing
always
on
a
as well.
talking piece.
So this is a car straight from Japan.
Yeah. Yeah. You can actually. That was the remote for the radio. You can actually take it out.
You can see over there. There's all the writing.
I have no idea what it says. I was too lazy to look it up.
You. So you were very lucky to get this car.
Yeah.
You can see over there the comfort. That is everything you need over there.
Yeah.
Mirrors, electric windows, traction control as well over here.
Yeah,
Snow mode as well.
Yeah.
Sure.
Japan.
Have you tried it in snow mode?
No, it's actually a very underrated car. It's everybody sees the Lexus. Oh, it's a nice luxury car. It's a family car. You drive slow. This is the
Opposite.
the black sheep of that class.
Although you get the IS300, which is
Yeah.
also very, especially in its own
Yeah,
class.
It's in its own class.
Yeah.
But it's such a shame they put in a 2J non-turbo in that car. But yeah, yet again, it's
And
for a reason.
then all this over here, this all factory.
That's factory.
You will think it's an extra accessory, but
It's not
The car
fiberglass,
comes with-
it is plastic.
all of that. And the front as well, eh? It's
Yeah.
different. Comes with a scoop.
The TRD lip. I took the fog lights out. I like the look without the fog lights. I'd actually still like to change it a little bit.